Hey guys, welcome back to some Gilded Guardians. Today's video, we have a ton of new things that are going on with this game. So let's look at the notes and then I'll show you exactly what we're seeing. So updated the 7-day login rewards. That is very cool. Now we're not getting Talia anymore. So once you do get it, and I believe tomorrow is my reset, that we'll have ability to see some new rewards. Players can now also toggle the auto cast and 2x speed before combat. I definitely like that. It makes a big difference. New features, the training room for both Guardians and the stake. You can go and fight dummies, which is cool. Competitive updates. We talked about this last night in the video. There are going to be a lot. Special event is now the Assassin's League, which again, we're going to look at in just a minute. Now, there are a few additional changes in here. Morex's enchant skill was not corrected. So they're fixing a lot of the things that were just bugs, that were problems that didn't function correctly. So there are quite a few in here. Guardian slots a little bit different. Serpent Strike changed a little bit, and then of course some bug fixes in here. But looking at the game, there is the Assassin's League. That is right. With the patch, we have this really cool guy, and I'm wondering if this is going to be one of the new heroes that we're going to be seeing to Guild the Guardians. But it is very similar to what we just seen with the event that just ended. So you can use 2 legendary Guardians, which we've seen before. All Guardians start at level 1. The Guardians gain EXP. And of course, Guardians in the squad who did not participate in the battle will receive 50% EXP. That is massive, because what was happening in the last one is we were running our 5 primary Guardians. The secondary Guardians within that team got 0 EXP, so there was absolutely no use to use them at all. So it's awesome that they are going to give them that 50% EXP. Guardian skills upgrade as they level up. All Guardians retain initial enlightenment. If they use Radiant Guardians, or Radiance levels treated as if they were unascended. So the enlightenment will be there, but the Radiance will not. In the dungeon, you can get various pieces of gear, just like we've seen before. Points will be determined on the rooms you clear. These will be determined by the commander's rank on the leaderboard. If you are defeated, you return to the nearest camp. So very similar to what we've seen with the last event with JD, and it seems overall this is going to be a fun game mode. It is a pretty fun game mode. Now, of course, maximum legendary Guardians, which means you're going to have to bring in a lot of those epic Guardians to see exactly where we are. Looking at the ranking, not on the leaderboard yet. Doesn't look like anyone has started, and it's only for a week. So boss skills, that's Rowan. Rowan cleanses all debuffs from an ally and gives that ally immunity to debuffs. Intermediately cleanses all enemy buffs and summons Torque 2 to protect Rowan. So that, of course, is the big guy, the big robot looking guy. Domain bonus, Soulless Guardian. So we're going to have to look at that as well. Now, another thing that we noticed right off of the bat is when it comes to summoning, look at this, the powerful protectors. Limited time guaranteed legendary with only 30 summons. So we have 36 in here. Now, looking at the cost of this in my opinion is going to drive down the cost that we're seeing right now within the token trove itself, because looking at Funika, looking at Tianlong, and looking at Salve, these are some of the most powerful heroes that we have in here. And if you are free to play and you have been building these out or saving all of your calling crystals, now, in my opinion, would be the absolute time to use them. When you look here, you can also get the other ones too, which I didn't like this, because if you look, Grizel is in here, and then Atticus and Thorin are in here as well. And it says limited time guaranteed legendary with 30 summons. I don't know if it's going to be one of these 3 legendaries. You know what? We got 36. Let's use them and see exactly what we get. There we go. Premium Guardian guaranteed in 60. Very, very fine print in there, but there it is. Premium Guardian guaranteed in 60. And you can see this banner is up for about 2 weeks. It's running for about 2 weeks. But when it comes to these calling crystals, calling crystals, they are very, very, very expensive to get. They run about $6 each. So when you think about the cost of getting to 60, again, very expensive to get these heroes if you're buying them and if you're pulling them out of here with the calling crystals itself. Now, of course, with the Assassin's League, I want to hop in here. I want to see what it's going to be about, but I got to see and really map out and think about what we're going to be using and how we're going to be using it. Because also, since the arena is gone out of this mode, we know that the rush mode we're going to have to focus on in here. It is the Dread Pulse Oxalis. And then the same with the Endless mode. We're going to have to make sure that we're continuing making progression. And of course, looking at the Endless mode, it is a new season. So this is a reset, guys. We got to go through here. Make sure when you're using your tokens or using your tickets, you're only using one at a time to make it as far as you can. And then even today, I'll get 4 tickets because I always use my energy stone. If you don't have the energy token, you need to buy it. The energy token is a game changer. And then, of course, purchasing my second one, which means I'll be able to get through novice, medium, high, expert. Tomorrow I can do master with 1 ticket, and then I'll be right back in legendary once we go through, making it very, very easy. But unfortunately, with the release, you do have to run it 4 times. But you'll notice, though, you got the loot that is up here and also the rewards that are here. With the loot itself, getting these EXP scrolls have been an absolute game changer through a bunch of modes, including the rush mode. Guys, this is so much experience. It is insane to see the amount of experience that you're getting out of there. And then, of course, looking at our bonus, we have our 3 heroes right here. We have Ashwin, we have Rufus, and then, of course, we have Funika. Now, this is one hero that a lot of players are really, really looking to get because she has 2 big abilities, is the protection. Allies current HP into shielding. That is huge. And then, of course, the Nest of Flames. There is a zone of protection in the back. That increases survivability. And when you're looking at ones like this, where the damage scales very, very fast, you have to have the survivability in there or Oxalis will just absolutely crush you and run you over. Now, one thing to note is when it comes to those heroes, when it comes to Tianlong, and it looks like they changed the backdrop. They changed a lot of things that we didn't think, but when it comes to like Salvi, when it comes to Tianlong, when it comes to a lot of these heroes are Gen 1 heroes, which means that you do have to have additional copies of the same hero. Right now, Salva is running about $160 when I looked yesterday. So at $160 for another copy, that means every single time that we want to do the Enlightenment, short of just needing the souls, we are going to need more copies of these heroes. And then, of course, getting the Radiance higher makes a big difference as well, amplifying the growth factor. So we're going to have to do a lot of planning in here to get more copies of these heroes. And when you look at our traditional heroes or founder heroes, in here we are just using, and we can use the cracked hearts. The cracked hearts are running about $7, $8. I've seen them 10, 12, 15. But looking at the cracked heart, if I had to get another copy of Cyrus, it would require me to spend, I believe it's about $180, $190 to get another copy of Cyrus to increase the Enlightenment. That is the reason why we came out and why they do have these cracked hearts, is having the ability to not need another copy of the hero, but I can actually substitute my founder heroes with these cracked hearts instead of vice versa, using the other one. Now, of course, we do need the souls. Keeper souls are very, very hard to come by. Any of the souls, honestly, very hard to come by, as well as the Radiance. That's why they were kind of adjusting it when we're looking at a Radiance. And you'll notice, though, is when it comes to the Radiance itself, instead of needing so many Radiant souls, if you're using an NFT like we are here, that already fills in 48% of our Radiance right there. And I'm thinking we're pretty close to the cap. I believe the cap here is 60 at Radiance 5 going to 6. You do have a pretty good chance, but of course, getting our Enlightenment up a little bit higher will make a big difference. And you'll also notice that most of my heroes, when it comes to levels, are doing exceptionally well, and we have been building them up quite a bit. We even have another hero. We added Cyrus in here, so I actually dropped out Grizel. We added in Cyrus. This is for the PvP aspect. Since PvP is over, I can go ahead and I can reset Cyrus. This is going to go back to our very, very powerful. I think that is the Grizel that I'm using. Nope, the Grizel that I'm using is right here. So Grizel is at 9.2 already. So we'll go ahead, we'll autofill this. And of course, Grizel is a game changer when it comes to having the ability to build the hero out and utilizing Grizel with Leah in the endless mode. That is where I do use the hero. So at 180, though, they do get all of the rest of their unlocks. So they get all of their skills and abilities at level 180. That is kind of the game plan, or where you want to get them to, because you don't want to miss any of these skills that they do have in here in a bunch of different game modes. It's a big difference. Not only the stats that you do get out of building these heroes. There we go. We have enough to Radiant there. We're going to need some more Radiant souls. But not only getting the ability to build these heroes up higher, but also just amplifying the skills that they have. Even looking here, Enlightenment 12 to 13. I mean, it adds a massive, massive amount when you're building these heroes up much further. It's pretty incredible to see the growth factor in here. Then, of course, in crafting, we're still working on this. waiting to see what's coming down the pipeline with our tier 7 gear, as well as everything else. So we are just farming in this game religiously. I don't know if I just wait to get some more. And of course, our guild finally hit level 7, which is awesome. Out of the shop, we're buying religiously, getting some more EXP scrolls, getting everything else that we need. But like I was saying, when it comes to getting the summons and getting those guardians itself, they're very expensive, which I think right here, calling crystals are so expensive. Even here, if I bought another 30 for 149, that means it would be 149 with the 30 I have. It would cost me $149 to get one of the new one of the new heroes guaranteed. Now, of course, could be some RNG, could get a copy or two. Cheaper than spending all 60, but ultimately, if I spent all 60, that would be super expensive, because the other place to get them, I believe, is it the arena store? I think it's the arena store right here with the calling crystals. And again, this is where we're getting all of them out. So they are sold out for another 4 days, and the arena is down, so we're not going to be able to get them anywhere else. And that is really the only place you can get them. So I believe that takes me to, what, 39? We're close. It might be worth getting it. And again, if players are getting these calling crystals, I would love to get another copy of Selv, just for the fact that we could build him up a little bit further. Utility comes with the build of these heroes themselves, but when you're looking at the sheer cost of the heroes, it's kind of crazy. And I don't know, again, if this is going to bring the cost of those heroes down. All right, guys, so that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.